Alright, finally, after so much time, a new anime season is upon us. A few goodies thrown in there, but this season is probably the most underwhelming this year. However, there are still things worth checking out. One of these series being Classroom of the Elite. This anime I've heard a lot of praise about, so I went into season 1 without knowing anything, and I could say with sincere honesty from one anime fan to another that it's a really good series. This anime is sort of recent, and I bet COVID had a lot to do with the delay of the new season, but for its time, I think the anime is ingenious. First off, the story has a great premise, as the entire first season takes place in the school. With that, there's also this in-school system where there are different classes for each grade, depending on how messed up you are, I guess. I don't know how to put it. And they get paid money based on their class's performance to buy food, clothes, games, etc. I think this premise is quite honestly ingenious. I've never seen anything like this in terms of, anime. The school has extremely vague rules that allow the students with amazing brains to flourish with how the grading system works, along with the shenanigans the other students bring to the table. It inherently creates situations in which the characters have to participate in if they want to stay in the school, which obviously they want to participate in order to secure a good future. Not to mention the divisions of classes create a strive for mediocrity to be disciplined within their own groups rather than outside force such as the teachers. This allows there to be more growth, or more influential growth, I'll put it, from the other students, and allows there to be more emphasis on the goals each of the characters have. I think the setup for animes is really important, but for this anime in specific, I think it does it splendidly for how it approaches it and how the main character approaches it, which I'll get into right now. For some reason, I'm not completely sold on him yet. First off, I do like his personality. He's a chill and quiet dude towards everyone, but truly pulls the strings for his entire class, quite frankly. He's a genius, very sharp, and that alone makes him a cool character. I can speak for everyone here when I say anime fans like smart characters. As long as they land their execution well, which this guy definitely does in the last episode, people tend to adore characters like that. But I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. A secret which can only be passed on like we're dealing drugs in the back of an alley. And that secret consists of 2 words. Situational irony. Yep, we're going back to 2nd grade English. But basically, the anime uses situational irony in which a crap ton of details are thrown at you over the course of the problem, and an outlier completely circles the resolve at the last minute. So for instance, during the last 4 episodes when the squad was surviving a week on an island, it was pretty clear that there was an emphasis on one person being the culprit. But then they showed signs that they weren't, and blah blah blah, but in the end, the main character reveals he was basically manipulating everyone so that the cards would fall in his favor, thus winning their class the game. That's just one example, but the anime basically uses this to secure that what factor that otherwise wouldn't be present. And of course there isn't anything wrong with this, it just might get predictable at times. And I'm willing to bet a buck it will probably happen this season. But let's get back on track. I'm just not a huge fan of the main character. He's clever, his eyes are pretty cool, but I'm just still not sold on him. Personally, I'm just not a fan of the whole illusion of him having some sort of secret power. It's going to be a hot take right here, so prepare the pitchforks and torches, but I just don't think it's really needed here. It's cool having the bits of him being in school and being the only kid to not get removed from that creepy white classroom, but he can just be a smart dude. I don't see really a problem with that. Maybe there's something in season 2 that I'm missing, but that's just kind of how I feel from season 1. There doesn't need to be this whole thing of him being this mysterious genius who gets uptight when others talk about him. I'd much rather have that deepness be put into other characters, which I'll get into in a minute. But again, this is just from season 1. Maybe season 2 does this better. I'm not sure. Now let's get into the other characters, starting with black-haired girl, aka Best Girl, aka Horikita. Alright, I'll admit it, I really do like Horikita here. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, her character is rather simple compared to all the other characters. She's just a learner type that wants to achieve that Class A rank to match with her brother who abuses her. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But otherwise, it doesn't get much deeper than that. She's also pretty keen on the games, it seems like, and overall, I like her presence. Please, fellow shippers, get on the back of my boat. It ain't looking good for here. Next we got Blondie. Yeah, Blondie. If I'm being completely honest, she's also sort of simple. She's the cheery girl who everyone loves for the most part, and is, well, yeah. But the twist here is she's two-faced. She has this cunning, almost sinister side that she only reveals to the main character that she doesn't want others to know about. But honestly, from the vibes I get from her presence in the anime, that's probably it for her. She'll probably show us that side again in the new season, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be that. She's also a bit evil under that precious smile of hers. Hopefully there's more sort of backstory or something, but that's kind of all I get from her. Next we got Ichimanos, another pretty simple character you haven't noticed yet, but she's part of this gang Class B, where her group is compared to Class D a lot, because, well, they are just more together as a team. But she's the leader type of characters that tries to find common grounds with everyone and has real sympathy for others, which no other character really does. And that's kind of it for her. Next we got Scarlet Girl. She's fine, I guess, just the awkward, innocent girl that is self-conscious about herself towards her classmates. Nothing wrong with her, hoping she gets more screen time, but don't make me cry when the MC doesn't fall for you. Next we got Kai. I'll keep it real with you guys, she was just that annoying anus girlfriend that every friend of the boyfriend would be caught dead being a third wheel with them. And this is where we start to pivot into parts of season 2. But it's pretty clear she's gonna be the main girl of the new season. I'm not sure how I feel about that when she barely has done anything other than getting robbed in season 1. I did like Horikita for the most part again, so I'm probably not gonna be the biggest fan of that change at the start, but hopefully she comes to satisfy. Finally, we got the main character, Ryun. Not much to say here other than he seems like an interesting antagonist. Even as a C, he's quite cocky when he meets with B's and A's, so I'm interested to see how he continues his reign in the new season. Oh, and how could I possibly forget, but love your man Albert. Okay, so those are my thoughts on all the characters. Now let me dive into a little bit of season 2. So I already mentioned I'm a bit hesitant about Tai being the main girl, but I'll probably get over it after a few episodes. In terms of the new game, I think it's going to be certainly interesting, but short. I can't see it being longer than 4 episodes, as it's quite simple in terms of its execution. Compared to the light novel versions, I saw that the rules of the game and the anime were kind of rushed, so it came off as a little confusing, but by the next episode, I can't see it being a problem to the viewer. You'll get it probably. It's going to be interesting to see how the MC approaches it. Other than that, that's all I guess I have to say, as the first episode only aired a few days ago. I'm hoping we get to know why Kai was crying at the end of episode 1, and a bit of progression into the game. But otherwise, the anime looks to be the same as season 1, and I have not much else to complain about. It's definitely going to be difficult to wait a week for this anime, as it's very suspenseful, so you don't really want to wait, but I'm thrilled to have watched this show, and I'm hoping for good stuff to come. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.